How important is eye contact? That's the subject of this week's MACK Tips. Last week, I talked a little bit about introducing yourself to women you find attractive and how casual you should be in doing so. But in order to pull off a successful introduction, you must use something throughout your interaction with the girl, a very important part of your body language. It's eye contact. Even though eye contact is included in body language, let's focus on it for a moment to emphasize just how important it is. Most people are shy, and that's okay. It can work in our favor when talking to hot chicks. But the one thing that we can do to demonstrate that we are not shy is to maintain eye contact. I used to talk to girls, and still do every now and then, with people by constantly looking away. Every time you look away, you give the person a chance to attack or escape you. That's right. People use these little opportunities to quickly decide if they are going to continue listening or just leave. It's the same thing when it comes to a mean dog. If you stand firm and look a dog right in his face, the dog will bark but will not charge you. Soon the dog will recognize that your frame is stronger than his and will back down or even let you pet him. However, if you look away or turn around, the dog will bite. This is why guys have so many blowouts. I hear so many of my students complain on how they learn all of this stuff, but then they still get a lot of blowouts. You can still have a blowout but gain respect if it was obvious that she did not intimidate you, no matter what the outcome. This is why guys can say things that tend to break the rules of the community, quote unquote, and still get away with it. Trust me, it's because they had strong eye contact. You see, when you say something with a straight face, you come off more sincere and truthful. That's because a human being can only focus on one thing at a time. I learned that from David D'Angelo. So when you are looking at a person in the eye and are saying something to them, the person can only think of how you are judging him or her. The girl is not even paying attention to what you are saying. And it's funny too, because her brain is working overtime trying to repeat words in her head to answer you back intelligently. This can buy you more time to think of what next to say, because now the person is busy trying to impress you. Sometimes I have to give the other person a break by looking away so he or she will not become too easily intimidated and become uncomfortable. The reason why the other person becomes uncomfortable is because they realize that they are working hard to keep up with you. However, when talking to a hot girl, you do not want to cut her any slack. You want her to feel inadequate at first. When you see her stumbling all over herself, cutting you off trying to get a word in, or she gives you that deer caught in a headlight look, just ignore it and enjoy the upper hand you now have over her. This is how I like to control the frame. Now, it's also important to cock your head back just a little and look skeptical. Do not smile when she's talking, only when she says something funny. And do not laugh out loud, just chuckle. This is how you maintain composure and make it easier for her to talk to you. This is called presence. The reason for this is because if you are constantly smiling for no reason, then the person talking to you will lose concentration. And this will make the situation uncomfortable in a way that is not in your favor. She will say, "What is he smiling about?" Or, "Is this guy goofy?" It's also important to maintain strong eye contact when escalating, but that's another subject for the future. And that's it for this week's MACK Tips. To get a real hold of this game without buying tons of tapes and CDs, just get a copy of my DVD, Macking in Miami. It's now available on eBay, or go to www.mackinginmiami.com.